Dollar signs in the chat if you want to know where the money's at. Dollar signs in the chat if you want to know where the money's at. Dollar signs in the chat if you want to know where the money's at. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. I was sifting through the market today. First of all, I asked Landy on Friday. I said, Landy, yo, should we do a margin call for Monday with an expiration date of Monday? Knowing damn well I should have played it. Didn't play it. Didn't play it. Look at the market. Look at this market. Just green all around the board. Oh my God. That bounce back is crazy. That bounce back is insane. Anyway, let's get to the picks. Let's start right here. Nvidia. No, we love Nvidia, but when we look at investing into this artificial intelligence industry, we've got to look at the peripherals. And today I have Navitas. Navitas is a semiconductor production company. It says here they use gallium nitride and silicon carbide instead of standard silicon. And they announced a new partnership today, as well as presented at a prominent industry conference. It says here the company will partner with BrightLoop to bring its advanced chip technology to BrightLoop's latest series of hydrogen fuel cell chargers. The chargers are designed to support efficient and green power to heavy-duty agricultural transportation equipment. It says here the positive news comes soon after Navitas announced that NVIDIA has selected it to help power its next generation artificial intelligence data center systems. Says here, if NVIDIA is backing Navitas, it's likely others will follow in its footsteps and invest in GaN and SiC chip solutions from Navitas. Navitas is our stock watch of the day. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Let's pull up the chart right now. Take a look at what that bad boy is doing. Here we got the chart. This is the Navitas chart. Let's go to the year to date. You look at the year to date here. You see that big jump? That was this morning. That was this morning. Actually, that's May. Let's go to today. Today, you see that big jump? So today it saw a spike of about 5% gains on the day. Somewhere's about. But yeah, they're trading that right now, $7.22. Let's take a look at the all-time chart. That all-time chart looks crazy. Look at that. Like, if this trend continues, like, this is bullish, just God candle after bullish candle after bullish candle. This chart keeps going. I mean, damn. I mean, this could be a play. This could be a play. So we'll keep an eye on it. Navitas, not financial advice. Do your own research. Another play for you. You got to keep in mind. Another play we got lined up for you today. Tron. Shout out to all my crypto folk. All my folk in crypto. I love when crypto and TradFi. I love when DeFi and TradFi collide. Says here, Tron, led by crypto entrepreneur and billionaire Justin Sun, is set to go public in the U.S. via a reverse merger with NASDAQ-listed SRM Entertainment. Reverse merger basically means that a private company takes over a public company. So it's a way to enter the public trading market without filing for an IPO. So they're basically taking over, and the newly formed entity will be called Tron Inc. and is expected to include Eric Trump in its executive lineup. Let's take a look at the chart. Let's pull this up. As you can see right here, that big jump for SRM. That's because of the news today. This thing is up 1,300%. Oh my God. Up about 100% on the day. This thing jumped to at a high of about 94%. Right now, it's about 62% as it's settling down. So this is announcement news. This is a nice announcement bounce. The interesting thing is, once this thing finalizes, you might get another bounce, maybe. Not financial advice, doing research. I'm not sure if it's going to be priced in or not, but you might get another bounce. I'm sorry, I'm looking at something else at the same time here. Might be a play. SRM is the ticker on that one. Might be a play. Now, another stock that spiked today was, as you know, my all-time fave, AMD. Piper Sandler upgraded the stock and raised the price target to 140, citing the new AI chips and strong growth potential. So sorry. So that's pretty much why the stock jumped. I got you guys know I'm heavily invested in AMD. But it looks like news made this thing jump 10% on the day. 10%. It's up 10% on the day. Shout out to all of my AMD investors. I got a text message today from somebody in regards to this wonderful podcast. It says, from a few plays you've given us on the Grift Report, people need to at least throw a few dollars at what you shared with us. And he shares a screenshot. I'm not going to share it here, but year to date, up 67.28%. Making money. This is why you want to pay attention to podcasts that talk money. Okay, this podcast here talks money. You want to pay attention to podcasts that talk money. It's fine to talk about news and war and the grifters and all of that, but you got to pay attention to the money. It's key in creating your podcast index. Everybody's got a podcast index, the podcast that they like to go to. But what do they do for you? What do your podcasts do for you? Well, I'll tell you one thing. This podcast has made people a significant amount of gains over the past 2 weeks because of an interesting piece of technology called stablecoins. And following this news, let's pull up the chart. Because the gains on this one are crazy. Just stupid gains. Here it is. Circle. We gave you this play at IPO. You see the lines right here on your screen. See these lines right here? Yeah, that's where we were after IPO. And it's broke out, then it broke out again. Let's look at the 1 day. The 1 day, we're talking about another 10% gain on the day. It's settling now. Now, it looks like some people sold the news. But Circle is moving. Should have bought more Circle. Everybody always wishes they bought more. That's one of the pains. No matter how much you buy, you always wish you bought more. No matter how much you buy. Alchemist said, I wish I bought. Still, you're not too late. If you're a long-term investor, it might not be too late. Get in while you could get in. Okay. But this Circle IPO went crazy. I knew this was going to go crazy because it was 25x oversubscribed. So that was an easy play. Super easy play. Anytime something's oversubscribed by like 25x, it's just like, yeah, it's going to go up. All right, let's leave that there. Hold on a second. Let's come back. So then we got this news, and I want to show you what it says here about stablecoins. You know, we like to keep you up to date on stablecoins. And it says here, Jeremy Allaire, founder and CEO of Circle, the USD coin, USDC, the issuer that went public this month, called stablecoins the highest form of money ever created. Let's go to that post. Let's pull that up. So we have here Sam Broner from Microsoft. He says stablecoins are better because they encourage competition. Now anyone can program money. The fixed and marginal costs of building a fintech are lower. More competition equals better prices, better experiences, more access. Speed and cost, less than 1 second, 1 cent matter. But it's the permissionless programmability that's going to change the market. Let's go back to Mr. Allaire. Allaire says the highest utility form of money ever created. And we are not quite yet at the iPhone moment when developers everywhere realize the power and opportunity of programmable digital dollars on the internet in the same way they saw the unlock of programmable mobile devices. Soon. I still don't know where we're headed. This is all so complex. Then we had another post here. Is this it? No, not this one. Hold on. It's this one, this one. Here we go. I think this is it. Yeah, Frida. So Frida Duwan says, we're watching crypto and fintech collide. There are lots of debates around whether stablecoins can truly dent the dominance of card networks. Right? So Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, Capital One, et cetera, et cetera. Fintech camp says no chance. Credit cards are sticky. Perks are too good for customers to switch. Merchants always flirt with cheaper rails, debit, ACH, RTP. They've all existed. None replace credit. Crypto rails have existed via Stripe, Shop, etc. for years, yet traction is near zero. For most C2B retail payments, that's customer to business, in developed markets, stablecoins are a solution looking for a problem. Any traction will take years and likely be limited to cross-border or unstable currency markets. Crypto Camp says, let's fucking go. Cheaper, faster, programmable. VMA, Visa, MasterCard are dead. Take rates, compress, everyone wins except the incumbents. Meanwhile, in the real world, Wall Street Journal reports Amazon. Who's WMT? Who's Walmart? Okay. Walmart. Who's this? Expedia? Yeah, Expedia and airlines are exploring issuing their own stablecoins. Stripe and Shopify just launched their own stablecoins. Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal are also making those moves, all while stablecoin legislation inches forward in Congress. And I think Visa and MasterCard and those guys will keep up. In fact, Visa and MasterCard were ahead of everybody. Visa and MasterCard had already been in this arena before a lot of these other players. So I think Visa and MasterCard may be fine. I'm not exactly sure yet. So she has this nice detailed post here. And it says here, so why might it win? One word, incentives. And we've talked about this in the past, where how does stablecoin adoption come about? And it says every $100 in stablecoins can earn a $5 per year in yield. Issuers can share that yield with PSPs, payment service providers, merchants, and even fund buyer protection. The revenue under card rails is enormous. If stablecoins capture just 20% of card volume, and yielded 5%. That's 120 billion per year in incentives to share with the ecosystem. Imagine a world where you can get 1 to 2% cash back or pay 2 to 3% less. Both are frictionless. Which would you choose? She says, I do have a soft spot for real tech disruption. So yes, I believe crypto and fintech stacks will converge. And yes, I'll be the first to pay with stablecoin. Again, I'm unclear as to where we're headed, but adoption is going to come swiftly. The conundrum I'm having is stablecoin and credit, because a credit card is credit. Like they're literally loaning you money. Stablecoin is not loaning you money. It's just handling transactions. It's just digital money. So I don't know, like I could probably see Visa saying you'll get stablecoin rewards if you pay your bill with stablecoins. I don't know how this thing will work out, but still got people doubting all this despite news coming out on this. Yeah. Laggards. Shout out to all the early adopters out there. Do I think they'll replace credit cards? I don't think they'll replace credit cards. Credit cards, they are actually loaning you money. So I don't think about that. Tari's over here timing people out. Let them cook. We're going to get to that. AMMK said, what do you think about the war between Israeli occupation forces and the Iranian army? We'll get to that in a second. Be careful. The mods are on your ass, okay? You off topic. You out of line. We're going to get to it. Tristan called them lame. Oh, Lord have mercy. But we got to talk money first. Then we get to the bullshit. Priorities. No pack. Watch your back, says Lauren. Yeah. He hasn't dropped a gift sub. We're going to give him a little bit of leeway. He's new here. He wants to hop right into the ignorant topics, but we got to handle the intellectuals first. Intellectuals come to this program. They want their intellectual news. And they want their finance news. So yeah, what does this look like? Can we thought experiment? Can we think through this? Stablecoin. All right. So payments. All right. So first level of adoption is giveaways. Open up an account with me. Here's $100 in stablecoins. Like that. That's just the first level. And this was PayPal's initial that was their initial adoption strategy. They were giving away money, like $25, open an account with PayPal, right? The next level is going to be yield. Have stable coins, hold them with us, you get earned 5%. The next level is going to be government. So anybody on government assistance, anybody with government benefits, you're going to be on that programmable money. If you are on government assistance, you getting programmable money. Stable EBT? Yo, y'all getting stable EBT. What's the other one? Where you get a check all the time. What's it called? UBI, Universal Basic Income, stable coin. Programmable money. UBI, Social Security, programmable money. All of that, programmable money. And then we'll get to corporations. Your paycheck, programmable money. Now, here's where things get murky. If the money's programmable, which means traceable and trackable, on a ledger, how does that work with the IRS? doesn't that sidestep the Fourth Amendment?
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Because the Fourth Amendment says, hey, I'm doing banking with this private corporation, right? So you can't look in my bank account and try to tell me what I should do, because of the Fourth Amendment protects your rights. New York versus Miller, et cetera, et cetera. So now what? Maybe your taxes come straight out your money. Taxes come out per transaction. Trish said, I wish they followed the law. Yeah. So I'm going to drop you guys the link to this thread right here, so you guys can go in and read this thread by Frida. Really amazing thread on where we're going with money. And this is the synthetic CBDC, that we predicted would be rolled out under Trump. And on a Friday podcast with Leslie, Landy, I told Landy, I said, hey, man, I've never seen the SEC so lax. They're basically saying, hey, you guys can just do whatever you want. You can check in, but just do whatever you want. And I said, Landy, isn't this lining us up for like a watershed moment? Isn't this lining us up to where something's going to go wrong and then they'll centralize the stable coin? And Landy said, nah. But Landy's also Langley. So I don't know how much we can trust. Landy, we're going to have to default to Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus?
I'm going to have to trust my opinion on this one. Because sometimes what happens are the experts are so deep in the details that they can't see the play. You inside the box. Hotep Jesus outside the box. And I'm looking at the box and I'm like, I feel you, Landy, but this whole stablecoin thing is going to crash. I don't know how and what way. You got to do some more research on it. But somebody is going to be a bad actor. That's what they'll call it, a bad actor. And then they're going to pass more legislation, and then it'll probably become more centralized. And yeah. So inflation is streamlined. Actually, there is no inflation. If everything goes fully digital, there should be no inflation. If everything goes, all right, theoretically, I should say.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Theoretically. Okay, I just want to make that clear. In all actuality, that's a different story.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
But theoretically, there shouldn't be inflation if we can just program the money and delete the money whenever we want. We should be able to control the money supply down to the micro cent. So, yeah. So we're going to see. We're going to have to see. Wouldn't no inflation mean no free market? How do you come to that conclusion? I would have to say no. No. I'd have to say no. I'm going to say no to that one. In order for the profitable stock market to go, you have to continue to devalue the currency. Maybe. I would say it helps. Devaluing the currency is actually going to help. Yes. So yes, you're right. But there's more than one way to prop up the stock market. But devaluing the currency is one way. Although the thing is, you can increase the supply of the currency as long as the market rises along with it. You won't have inflation and you won't have devaluation of the currency. So just increasing the supply of money isn't going to. You have to factor in the size of the market, how much of that money, and what people are doing with the money. Are they spending it? Are they hoarding it? Is it going offshore? Are they losing it? All of these different variables. So it's not as simple as economics is not as simple as 1, 2, 3. It's economics is some complicated calculus. That's really what it is. Yeah, it'll be dynamic. Anyway, Trump's making moves. Trump, this is crazy. I don't even know what's going on with Trump. Trump Media Company, his media outlet, Trump Media and Technology Group, is set to launch an exchange-traded fund, ETF, that will invest in both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, according to a filing with the SEC Commission on Monday. It says this marks the second cryptocurrency ETF filing from the social media company associated with President Donald Trump in less than 2 weeks. I don't even know what's going on with crypto. I have no idea what's going on. This is absolutely insane. For my nerds and geeks out there, look at this. Adobe has just unleashed Adobe LLM Optimizer. I was waiting for somebody to do this. So basically you have something called SEO, search engine optimization. Okay. And that is, let's say you have a business, let's say you sell ass. Okay. And you type in Google, I want to buy ass, right? Well, are you the first search that comes up for that? That's called SEO, search engine optimization. Okay. So what happens is people are not going to Google the same way they used to. They're going to ChatGPT, Grok, etc. They're going to large language models, LLMs. Okay. So the new SEO is inside the AI. Okay. Inside the AI. So all the SEO guys are now moving to LLM Optimizer, and Adobe has just released this new tool, or coming soon, I'm sorry, is about to release this new tool. They announced it today or this weekend. And this is the LLM Optimizer, basically saying, get your business inside the LLM, inside your ChatGPT, your Grok. So when people type in business in their area, you pop up. Okay. So we're headed for a whole new world. Sonny, what up, Sonny? Sonny, you got your pen handy? I got some names for you. I'm gonna need you to call in if you recognize the names. I need you to call in. Are you ready, Sonny? Are you ready? Number 1, Tom DeLay. Capital D, little e, uppercase L-A-Y. Tom DeLay. U.S. House Rep. Okay. Texas 22nd Congressional District. Jack Abramoff. Convicted criminal. American lobbyist. Okay. Last one. Grover Norquist. Grover Norquist is part of the Taxpayer Protection Pledge. He's anti-tax. Those are the names, Sonny. If you recognize any of those, please let me know and give me the dirty. I need the dirty on these cats to help our investigative unit start to uncover some of the history of the Republican Party. Okay. That's your financial update of the day. Shout out to King J. Thank you for the clips.